been frustrated a couple of times in postgame about defense. Now that you've had maybe some time to look at what the team's done so far, what do you think they're doing? What are you most pleased with defensively, and what are you most bothered by with what your group does defensively?
Well, I'm not pleased defensively yet, so I can't answer that because there's nothing there. We just got to get better defensively. You can defend people several ways. You can steal their ball and make them turn it over and go down, or you can hold them to a low percentage and not give them any second shots. And we've been sort of in the middle of everything with it. We haven't hung our hat on anything that we're doing really, really well. The teams earlier in the year, they shot a poor percentage against us, but I think a lot of times they just miss shots, and I like to play defense where we cause some of those things to happen. So we're still trying to figure out how we're playing defense, what we're going to do defensively, and trying to find a way to play defensively that will fit this team. You know, and we talked a second about 09. I mean, Ty Lawson had 8 steals in the national championship game. We haven't had 8 steals hardly as a team yet. And then yet also we had Tyler could block a shot. Ed Davis could really block some shots. You know, Sean May could block shots. But that team was really good. We could get out and we could switch a lot of people. So we're still working on that part of it. But we got to get better in every single phase of the game defensively.
Is there an element you think that this group that you see can?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's you have to wait until you play in the opponents who are sort of like you, that they're gifted. And, you know, again, that's the reason I always say when we win, and we should win, you know, we're better. But you got to wait and see how successful you are when you're playing somebody that's similar to you. And so far we've played, you know, now we played well defensively at Wofford. Kenny Williams was unbelievable at Wofford. But then the other games like that, the Texas and UCLA in the second half we were good defensively. Michigan, we were never good defensively. So I don't know that some people may be smarter than I am, but right now I can't tell you exactly how we're going to figure it out.
Where does it begin? And if you get that, do you think it kind of trickles down and everything else sort of falls into place?
They've got to understand the importance to it. I think it's the first part. I always say don't guard people like you want to be guarded. It's pretty easy to figure out. You know, if a guy bothers you when you got the ball and you don't like it, well, that's why you should guard other people. And so they've got to figure that part of it out. And it's not just the want to. It's probably number one. But you got to have the lateral quickness. You've got to be able to have great vision to see what's happening, see man and ball at the same time. You got to build habits to get away from your man. So I think we're going to get better. If you look, most of our teams really have gotten better defensively. And the one that always comes to mind was 09. We weren't very good defensively, but then at the end, those last 10 or 12 games, we were as good as any team I've ever coached defensively.